This is Joanne Blanchard coming to you from CATV, and I'm here with Senator Positive Nelson from the VI, and I'm going to give him an opportunity to introduce himself.
Good day, everyone. My name is Positive T.A. Nelson, a seven-term senator from the St. Croix district in the U.S. Virgin Islands. I'm happy to be here to conduct this interview. I'm hopeful that something I say can connect with you in your mind and heart and understand that there is leadership who cares.
Okay, so Senator, I have a question for you. I heard you speaking earlier about the economics in the VI, particularly St. Croix, and I wanted to know, being that I work construction, I work in the chemical plants myself, what is it that you're planning on doing and what's going on with the old Havenza?
Well, the Ola Venture is currently an oil storage. They plan to be able to accommodate, I think, 30 million barrels. So they want to be a full storage facility. However, there is interest, and we've been contacted by several entities who want to restart the plant. So there is some consideration being made right now as to whether or not they will actually do refining. That's a private decision, so we as government can only facilitate their decision if they decide to move forward. What we are doing, or what I'm doing, is currently connecting these interests with the representatives of the plant, hopefully that they can come up with some deal, because these are individuals who have the finances and are willing to do what it takes to restart the refinery. It is a refinery that's right there by water, so it's in a good location, so it makes sense to actually utilize it, especially since it's already there. That's particularly with the refinery. There's ancillary businesses that surround refineries who are also anticipating their opening in order to facilitate the businesses that go along with refining.
And so my question to you is, in the meantime, I know that the economy has been directly affected by the closing of Havenza. So what are you doing to bring positive influence back to the VI and recognition? What is the goal of the government in order to do so?
The goal of the government is always to attract investment. We have some of the best EDC, it's called an EDC packages. We are allowed to give 100%, 90% tax breaks to investors in the territory, so long as they hire a minimum of 5 or 10 individuals. So they're marketing the EDC programs heavily. Likewise, small businesses are starting to come online. But for me personally, I feel in order to really grow the economy, we're going to have to get better control over the cost of living, the cost of utilities, the cost of electricity, having access to clean, potable water. So we must invest in our infrastructure. So for me, I would like, even if it takes borrowing money, we need to improve our infrastructure. Utilities, roads, transportation between the islands, all of those things going to facilitate moving the economy. Moving goods and people is how you move commerce.
And so with that, I still have to go back to the Havenza question. So my question is, do we have a timeline as to when someone may be getting a decision made as to what we're going to do?
Oh no, we can't possibly have a timeline because that's a private decision. All we can do is try to facilitate the discussion, and if they are private interests who are interested in going forward, we as government facilitate. There's going to have to be some agreement with the government, but when that time comes, that's totally at the discretion of the company as to whether or not they do that. As you know, there's a private enterprise economy in America. We can't tell businesses whether to open, whether to close. All we can do as government is to try to encourage them by offering incentives. And as it relates to the refinery, we've offered some very heavy incentives over the years. And to be honest, I think we've got left hole in the bag in this instance. And even so, we are still willing to move forward, and that is why we're actually facilitating the discussion between interested parties and the current refinery owners, so that they can consider really reopening. Likewise, we're looking at the old plant at the Alco. That's, I personally would like to see a government industrial complex developed there, including a waste reduction facility, a new power facility over there, as well as other entities that can be created right there in the Bialco channel.
And I also heard you say something earlier about a lot of people that needs to come back and check on their parents. Can you elaborate on that, please?
Yes, since I've been back home, a lot of my friends who are in the States, I try to pay attention to their parents and seeing what's going on. And I know a couple of them whose parents actually died in the house alone. Nobody to look after them, so they're trying to make it on their own. They don't have much assistance. They're having to maintain their yard, and their grown children are no longer there. Unfortunately, some of them sometimes send their children home for their parents to watch, and the parents don't have much control over these grandchildren. So I'm asking people who live in the States, as your parents are getting older, you gotta think about what's gonna become of their properties, what's gonna become of, of them trying to do it on their own. Caribbean parents are proud parents. They want to be independent. The last thing they want to do is to have to come to the States and live in cold weather when they're older. So I know we have some work to do as it relates to infrastructure so that we can have long-term healthcare facilities for our seniors. But I'm asking you as children of elder parents to pay attention to make sure that there's somebody checking on your parents so that they don't have to do it hurts me when I used to have to see 75-year-old people trying to cut their grass, and I'm only one person, and I try to do what I can to people who I know. But I'm asking you, my friends, people in the States all together, if your parents are home, particularly if they're home alone, please arrange for somebody to check on them. And yes, respect the fact that they're Caribbean parents. They don't want to come and die in the States where it's cold.
I definitely understand and definitely agree with that. So I would like to wrap it up by asking you, because we're in Texas, what did you take away from this visit and that you could take home and make a difference?
What I like to see, and I lived in the States for some years, I appreciate seeing Virgin Islanders congregate here. And in Texas, like right now, we're in a beautiful park, green space, where people can hang out. The children are playing on a skate park. For me, I would like to see more green space developed in the Virgin Islands for people to just have leisure time with family. Sometimes when you can't have big developments, what you want is to create opportunities for people to hang out. So when we can build, we can still have events. When we can build structures, we can still make green space, which is a lot cheaper. And in doing so, I see the need that we can create recreational activities for young people. And when young people have things to do, they're less likely to participate in crime. So for me, seeing the Virgin Islands up here, it's telling me that, man, positive, you gotta get back home. You gotta push to see what you can do about getting the refinery going, see what you can do about encouraging more businesses to come in. Because I just had a long conversation with a 27-year-old young man who graduated with one of my sons. And he's saying he would love to be back home, and he's saying there's not much for him to do, there's not much opportunities for him to work. And when you hear this, you get goosebumps, you get a butterfly feeling in your stomach, because it's sort of giving me an additional drive to go back home and work even harder to see what I can do to get as many of these Virgin Islands who are up here who would like to return back home with opportunities to make money so that they can purchase a piece of land and purchase a home and have a quality of life that a young adult should be able to appreciate. We have to respect the fact that young people need opportunities, and we can't make them wait until they're old to live. They want to live, and we have to provide opportunities for them to do so. And I get it. We're a small island. Government can't employ everybody, but we need to also give them incentives to be entrepreneurs as well. So, these trips, and this trip in particular, it's given me a new drive. I have gotten a little frustrated along the way, and this trip I think has been good for me because it's let me see that Virgin Islanders who are up here really, really don't prefer to be up here, and we need to see what we can do so that they can be back home with us, living in the Virgin Islands.
And I have one more question. So as far as the schools are concerned, my question is, are you doing anything, or is the government doing anything to put anything into effect, I guess you would say, in order to get the kids who are graduating ready for when they open up plants like Havenza and so on and so forth, so that you would have people who are already ready to jump into the positions, because you've lost so many after the closing of Havenza that the craftsmen are here, and you won't have as many to have the incentive to go work there versus to come up here.
Very good point you raised. You're right. We do have a technical school, and we do still teach the technical trades there. And it's important that we continue to market those trades. At one point, they actually did pipe fitting, etc. at the tech school. They no longer do it because the refinery closed. But what we need to do is encourage the teaching of these trades, so that, because we've been through this before, the refinery were filled with many individuals who had to come from other islands to work there. Now, we should have learned over the years that the trades, the civil trades, are integral to any community, any society. And it is true that even though the refinery is closed, we can start to rebuild those trades even through apprenticeships so that we can retool public works. Our Department of Public Works at one point did most construction on government buildings, even on roads. And right now they have very little skilled employees within the department. So I think it's time to rebuild our civil trades, our workforce, because even these individuals can do home construction and help make building constructed homes in the territory a lot cheaper for individuals who want to build. So I'm committed. I'm committed to ensure that the trades remain a part of the curriculum. I am a vocational teacher. I did teach accounting at the tech school. I know the value of skill, because that way you walk with your employment, meaning your skill is your employment. So long as you have a skill, you can find work. And it's time that we put value on the technical trades. And of course, if nothing else, I want to remind you that your mindset sets your atmosphere. So I'm asking you to, whatever you do, Virgin Islands, wherever you are, you see it here. Positive is how I live, and I'm asking you to think positive, be positive, live positive, and hopefully one day soon you'll be able to be living home, making money, and enjoying the beautiful place we call the Virgin Islands, our home.
Well, thank you, Positive Nelson. It was a pleasure having this interview with you. And I hope to keep in touch with you. I'd love to see the redevelopment of the infrastructure that you speak about. And I'd love to see what happens with Hovenza. Thank you. And it's nice to meet you.
Thank you very much, and keep doing what you do, because we need this kind of outlet so people can know what's going on. And hey, one thing I must say, the Caribbean region need to legalize cannabis.
All right, you heard it here first. This is Joanne Blanchard from CATV, Caribbean Affairs TV, signing off. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.